This chart of the BVP Nasdaq Emerging Cloud Index tracks the $2.7 trillion peak of 2021. Since that high point, public cloud market capitalization has contracted by 60%. The evaporation of cheap equity forced a pivot in the venture ecosystem. Investors now demand efficient growth, where capital is deployed with surgical precision rather than raw velocity. This environment established the Centaur as the definitive milestone of success, a business reaching $100 million in annual recurring revenue. Reaching this scale is exceptionally rare. Today, only roughly 160 private cloud Centaurs operate globally. Centaur status provides empirical proof of durable product-market fit. It demonstrates that a business possesses the unit economics necessary to survive and scale through hostile financial environments. A strange paradox is emerging. Software companies are running out of cash and failing to raise capital despite maintaining metric dashboards that appear flawless.
Faster, more urgent tone. These hypergrowth startups often look high-performing until they suddenly seize up, suffering a total liquidity crisis from within. The dashboard itself is the problem. Standard board deck metrics like blended customer acquisition cost and revenue-based lifetime value hide systemic cash bleed. Scaling to 100 million ARR safely requires rebuilding unit economics from first principles, focusing on actual cash timing and cohort-level gross margins. Optimizing a business using unmodified superficial ratios is a mathematical guarantee that you will fly blindly into a cash wall. Most calculate customer lifetime value by dividing average revenue per user by churn, but revenue doesn't pay bills. Factoring in a 60% gross margin reduces a $30,000 LTV to an $18,000 actual contribution, the only capital available to cover overhead. Reporting lifetime value on a revenue basis overstates the economic quality of a business and masks structural insolvency from investors. These margin corrections reveal a massive divide between pure cloud SaaS and tech-enabled services, like those in the health tech sector. Pure SaaS companies command 65 to 80% gross margins almost immediately. Tech-enabled services typically begin at a mere 25%. To reach 100 million ARR, service-based companies must spend a decade engineering margins upward, leveraging technology to automate workflows and reach a 60% threshold. While both models can grow top-line revenue at the same speed, their underlying capital requirements are vastly different. Applying pure software margin expectations to a service-heavy model is a capital allocation error that leads directly to cash starvation. Long-horizon metrics like the LTV to CAC ratio are practically useless for managing immediate cash runway. The CAC payback period measures the exact timeline required to recover that upfront sales and marketing spend through incoming gross profit. Top quartile SaaS companies currently target a median payback period of 16 months. This is the cash valley of death. During these 16 months, the company is pre-financing its own growth using its limited cash reserves. When your CAC payback period exceeds your remaining months of runway, the business is structurally bankrupt, regardless of its long-term potential. Most boards rely on the Rule of 40, combining revenue growth and free cash flow margin as a single health score. However, companies often inflate this score by gutting research and development or customer success headcounts to force a temporary margin improvement. This creates a delayed crisis. 6 months after the cuts, net revenue retention drops as customers churn from a stagnant product. A net revenue retention above 120% is the ultimate compounding engine. It generates growth without requiring any new acquisition spend. Treating the Rule of 40 as a target to be gamed rather than a diagnostic indicator cannibalizes the long-term value of the enterprise. Modern venture viability is measured by the Bessemer efficiency score, calculated as net new ARR divided by net burn. The ideal profile for a scaling startup is maintaining 100% year-over-year revenue growth while adhering to a 1.2x burn multiple. This score reflects a commitment to aggressive growth at optimal costs, ensuring that every dollar burned produces more than a dollar of new recurring revenue. Calendly, founded by Tope Awatona, reached Centaur status by prioritizing this capital efficiency. By utilizing a product-led growth model, Calendly reached $70 million in ARR, having raised only $550,000 in their seed round. Highly specific go-to-market motions like these are the physical manifestation of perfectly balanced unit economics. The final multiplier for modern scale is the integration of large language models and AI infrastructure.
AI integration is no longer a novelty. It is a table stakes requirement to bend the operational cost curve. By acting as an ability multiplier for customer support and engineering, AI can slash the COGS and R&D spend that traditionally drags down gross margins. Historical cloud giants took roughly 3.5 years to scale from $100 million to $1 billion. Because AI-native infrastructure automates expensive cross-product workflows, new AI companies are projected to reach the $1 billion mark 50% faster. Engineering a $100 million Centaur requires gross margin-adjusted economics, ruthless cash payback discipline, and the rapid adoption of this next-generation infrastructure.